Yeah, man, what the lick read, y'all? I'm back with a story time, man. You know what I mean? First off, man, today's date is May the 8th, 2024. And far as I know, today is my daddy's birthday. Of at least what I was told. You know, um, I don't know too much about my daddy as far as when he was actually born, what year he was actually born. I just know that and be real with you, man, my dad is still living here, be like 105 years old, man. You know, my daddy supposedly was born 1919, but I heard that his sister was born 1919, so who knows? But far from what I know, from what I told, May the 8th, 1919 is the day my daddy was born. So let's just roll with that scenario. You know, I was the last of my daddy children. You know, I got brothers and sisters. I got sisters and shit in their 70s. You know, same age as my mom. One may be a year or two older. You know, but anyway, man. Just think about back on my daddy, man. That's somebody I really love, man. I really loved him a lot, man. And even though as a kid, I always was more closer to my daddy than my mom's, but for some reason, I didn't mind going to see my daddy, but I had to go back home to mama. I just guess that's that child and mother relationship. No matter what, a child is almost going to be, no matter even if a boy is closer to his daddy, it's going to be always that mother love that he's gonna be a little more closer to. And growing up, you know, we had it way better in Atlanta than we did in Jacksonville. Like I tell y'all before, you know, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, born in Atlanta, Georgia, raised in Atlanta, Georgia, but mostly raised in Jacksonville, Florida. You know, and far as I know, you know, our my parents ain't put us through the custody thing. They always let the choice be up to us. You know, where do we want to stay? You know, we'll go back home for the after we move to Jacksonville. We'll go back home for the summers, and at the end of the summer, the question would always be brought up. Okay, where y'all want to go to school this year? My brother always wanted to go to school in Atlanta. I just couldn't. I just couldn't fuck with going to school in Atlanta. I didn't mind going to go see my daddy, but we had a very hectic household, man. You know, my house was a dope hole. I lived in a house with at least 20 people at all time, from me, my daddy, my brother, his old lady. Say if one of his old ladies that he messing with at the time may have a child or so, count that one in. Then you got his wife up front, and then we rented out the top room. Say like we had 6 rooms up top. So that'd be like a man and a woman to each room. So that's 12 people up top. Then you probably got TW and Pauline in the other room up front. So, you know, and then just say like my neighbors across the street just as well. I mean, every house on Crew Street was a house. Every house on Crew Street was a rooming house. Every house was deep. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you this story. One time I jumped on my daddy old lady. Now my daddy was like I say, he was an old man. And he was an old school dope boy. So he knocking off all the little fine crackheads. Don't get me wrong, they were crackheads that smoked crack, but some of them was fine women. They just smoked crack, and if you didn't know, you couldn't tell unless if you didn't see them in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, one of the most memorable women my daddy messed with was this lady named Shemaine, and Shemaine was Trill A1 dope smoker. The best crack smoker ever to walk this planet. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Shemaine was fine as hell. I ain't gonna lie about that. You know what I'm saying? So I remember one time me and Shemaine, we got into it. Like I say, I used to go home every summer. You know, I choked out one summer, then I knocked out the next. So summer 1995, I was like 14 going on 15, or maybe I was 15 at the time, let's just say. We hadn't got into it over the TV. Now what started out, you know, she was talking shit to me, trying to say her daughter smarter than me, this, that, and the third. So we ended up getting into it over the TV, over the remote control. So we fighting, pushing and shoving on the remote control. So in the processes were pushing and shoving, like, man, watch out, man, watch out. Fuck around, before you know it, my damn arm went around her motherfucking neck. And so now I got her in the chokehold. I didn't mean to put her in the chokehold, but shit, we in the mix now. I can't let you go. You feel me? So I'm choking her ass out. I'm 15 years old. That's the type of stuff I used to go through in Atlanta. That's the type of household I lived in. So I'm choking her ass out. And my brother and her daughter, which is Tequila, they ran and got my daddy. Sam, dog daddy in here jumping on Shemaine. To those that don't know, that's my original birth nickname, Dog Daddy. That's what people know me by. In Atlanta, they know me as Dog Daddy, or they call me Dog. So when my daddy come in there, he come in there, boy, what the hell you got going on? I said, man, this hoe tried me, nigga. He said, what? I said, she tried me, nigga. Man, my daddy backhand me, bam, drop me, pick me up, bam, straight hand, backhand, bam, pick me up, straight hand. Every time he'll slap me, he'll drop me and pick me up and slap me again. Now, need I say, my daddy only put his hands on me twice in life. He whooped me once, and he beat me up once. This one, he beat me up, so I choked out his old lady, and he beat me up for that. And it was on after he beat me up. Probably 5 minutes later, I came back outside and sat right next to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I always used to be outside with all the other dope dealers, you know, that's on the block. My daddy being one of them. He wasn't the only one, but, you know, our house was a main corner. You know what I'm saying? Our house was a disco house, a party house. This way everybody came, shoot pool, roll dice, get in a fight, get busting, gunshots going off, gambling, arguing all night, crack smoking all night. Hell, just to get to my room, man, I probably used to have to walk through a room with 20 people smoking crack. I smelled crack every day of my life going home for the summers. So anyway, summer 1996 rolled around. Olympic summer. Olympics going on right down the block. Now, you know all the track and field events went on at the Turner Field, the Atlanta Braves Stadium, before they moved the Braves to Cobb County. So I stayed 4 blocks from where the Olympics taking place. And when I was younger, you know, I used to park cars for the Braves game. But hell, when the Olympics came, hell, I ain't have to walk down on Georgia Avenue to park cars. Hell, we just stood in our yard and parked them in our yard. That just had the influx of people came to the city. So anyway, for some unpeculiar reason, this one day, she just was trying my daddy. And which my daddy had no problem laying his hand down. Now, a lot of y'all know about the A-Town Stomp. A lot of y'all don't know about the A-Town B-Slap. And I done seen this motherfucker executed with precision on a daily basis. I'm talking, man, back then in Atlanta, I'm trying to tell you, man, my days in Atlanta, in the 80s, man, 80s and the 90s, man, I'm talking, man, they used to beat the hell out them women around there, man. It didn't make no sense. So while I'm out here in St. Louis and I see how these women talk shit to these men out here, calling them pussy niggas and fuck niggas all in the street, bitch ass niggas like this, man, that'll never happen in Atlanta. That would never happen. But anyway, So I seen my daddy at 7, 8 years old pick this motherfucker up with one hand, straight up in the air. My daddy was the man. I never met no man that strong, no fear for nobody, and there's no way in the hell you couldn't, in the heart of the crack era, you were an old man like this in the heart of the crack era getting this money. There's no way that's gonna happen if people don't know that you won't put down on their ass. He had to put down on a lot of people. He had to make an example, let them know it's real over here. So anyway, she just trying my daddy. Every other second, put her hands over that. I'm gonna call the rat dogs on you. I'm gonna call the rat dogs on you. Now the rat dogs, I don't even think the red dogs around no more. That was the narcotics team in Atlanta. Red dogs, no. Man, it been times I've been on the porch, red dogs not hit our house. I know seen the red dogs beat up my stepmama pig. You know what I'm saying? The red dogs were ruthless. You know what I'm saying? They'll beat you up, take your money and your dope, and leave you. And just, they were just straight up robbing the dope dealers and not taking them to jail. This is what the police was doing in the 80s. The Red Dogs Narcotics team of Atlanta. Anybody from any real A-Town motherfucker, you know I'm not lying, and you know about the Red Dogs. So, I'm gonna call the Red Dogs on you. I'm gonna call the Red Dogs on you. So, first mistake. Me and my daddy was sitting in our lounge hills. So she picked up my Walkman. So you know this in the 90s. She picked up my Walkman and attempted to throw it at my daddy. I said, oh, you can put my shit down. So she threw my Walkman at me, said, get shit then, you know? Second mistake, but which was the biggest mistake of all. Like I say, my daddy was 78 when he died back in 1997. And this hoe took a bucket of water, big bucket of water, and whoosh, wet my daddy whole ass. Wet his whole ass. Man, I jumped up. My daddy already know what time it is. Man, my daddy grabbed me. He said, don't even worry about it, boy. Third mistake. As I was sitting down, my ass is probably a milli-inch from sitting down. She said, and what the fuck you was gonna do? I said, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Man, fuck! Man, when I tell you I knocked the ass out, I knocked out, dog. I hit her so goddamn hard. At this time, I'm 16 years old. And back in Jacksonville, shit, oh man, we was getting on people's ass full time, so I'm coming with it. You know what I mean? Man, on top of I hit her so hard, it made my jaw hurt. And it used to be a payphone right across the street at Mr. Brown's store. Rest in peace, Mr. Brown. And rest in peace, Miss Ville. Rest in peace, my brother Darius. She went right across the street, got on the payphone. 90 shit, it ain't no payphones no more. She got right on the payphone and called the police. Said this old man and his son just jumped on me. What did you know? Police come through. In true A-Town fashion, when they pull up, everybody on the set, cause like I say, at all the time it's 20 people at least 20 people that stay in this house I stay in. When they pull up, everybody that's out there on the porch or that's out on the street from all the other houses, cause my block was deep. I'm talking my block was deep. Crew Street was deep back then. They're like, oh nah man, them folk going down the hill with all that. They going down the hill with it. Police just looked at me and my daddy for like a split second, like 2 seconds, like, alright, and just rolled on. And me and my daddy walked around the corner and drunk a beer together. 95, when I choked out, he beat me up. 96, When I knocked out, we went and had a bill. You know, I thought, man, I love my daddy so much, bro. I'm telling you. I think I was probably, I don't know, maybe 5, 6 years old the first time I put a pistol on a motherfucker about my daddy. They said, say him up the street fight, say him up the street fight. And I always had access to my daddy guns at all times, 5, 6 years old, no matter, maybe younger. I've been drinking beer since out the womb. You know what I'm saying? And I remember a lot of time my daddy them, they used to sit around. He'd be like, Don, daddy, go get that thing. See, we outside, my daddy be like, Don, daddy, go get that thing. And I'll run inside and I get the gun and I'll come outside and all his friends go to laugh and ha ha ha, go and put that thing up, boy. So if you telling me to go put it up, I know what it's at all time. You know, like I say, they told me, said my dad was up the street fighting, I'll come down the street with that motherfucker getting so straightening about my daddy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's just what it is, man. The time I knocked out my daddy old lady, like I say, I choked out one summer, knocked out the next. You know, Shemaine, I wonder where you at today. You know, you was a major part of my life then, no matter what went on. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I love, you know what I'm saying? Like, these were the people I was around. I had no choice of being around. You know what I'm saying? So I had love for those people. You know, that's just what it is, man. Happy birthday to my daddy. Like I say, far as I know, from what I've been told, from what I remember, my daddy was born May 8th, 1919. Sam Hunter, the realest motherfucker I know. Yeah.